Hey people, we back. It's the threesome. It's me, Mr. Magic, Mr. Izzy in the friend zone, and it's like, look, if I pre-approve your girl's nudes before you get them, we're all working as a team. Let's be an ecosystem.
This here is your girl store. One good grocery store delivery service away from being a hermit. What's good?
Hi, this is Star, soon to be empty nester, photojournalist, all around explorer of the world. Welcome to the threesome.
We back, bitches.
Let's get right into the topics this week. Star, what you got for us?
So, my topic is great storytelling. I happen to be run across Soul Food, the movie, on some streaming, whatever. So, anyway, I sat up and I watched it and hadn't seen it probably since maybe not long after it had come out. And even though I don't know if it won any awards, I doubt it. Um, but it wasn't the greatest movie ever. However, it was great, or it is great storytelling. I don't believe that they could have picked a better cast for the majority of the actors in there. And I love how the story was told from the perspective of the child. Because like in most families, the child's perspective and how they feel and how they take in things is quite often overlooked. So I thought that that was very interesting and I won't say unique because I'm sure it's been done before, but it was just interesting and a nice twist on storytelling.
Can I be the hater?
What'd you say?
Yeah, sure,
So can I be the
sure,
hater?
Hey,
Nah, I don't hate the
absolutely.
movie. I actually love the movie. It was cool. I drank a lot back then. I don't remember vivid details, but wasn't it
But that's fine.
basically like, wasn't it Big Mama in the movie they were calling the grandmother?
Mhm,
yeah, they were Southern, so
So
yeah, Big Mama.
yeah,
mhm.
Big Mama gets to her upper age, diabetes kicks in, blackness, and she ends up dying of
Mhm.
that. And to celebrate, these people go back and eat the same shit every week.
Not exactly. Not
um,
exactly.
But other than that, it was a great story, but and very realistic. I think we all have characters in that movie that we can directly attribute to different family members. Like that's just
Sure.
like uncle or cousin so and so,
for sure. Except for the
and a
pastor.
highly
Like,
slept on
no black
soundtrack.
family I know would have let that pastor be hanging around. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I mean,
I
I also
seen it.
a lot about that movie. Well, okay, I remember more than you do, apparently, Magic, because I remember the basic,
I drank a lot.
premise of the story.
I remember the bougie aunt.
Vanessa
Um,
Williams.
Vanessa Williams,
Yeah.
right? Her
The
husband was
junkie
cheating on
chick, the
her
fresh out of jail. Yeah.
with the cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, I could call out family members, but they might hear this.
my family has been, I gotta say, not as messy as one would think. Although,
It's because y'all have voodoo.
no, there was only voodoo on one side of my family, and it was hoodoo first of all, but it was only one side
Oh,
of my family. But
I saw the
just so you
skeleton
know,
key. Another great
well,
story.
Soul Food, Mr. Magic.
I'm
So
focused.
yeah, she passed away, and they went back to cooking or whatever. But the premise, what I gathered out of
right,
it, what I
hmm
gathered out of it was the importance of family, and yeah, family can be messy, but forgiveness and
Working
how when you
together.
walk around, yeah, working together, and then how like bitterness and jealousy can also like tear families apart, tear individuals and families apart. So that's just what I gathered out of the movie.
well,
Besides,
and I think that was the point of it. But can I just say that that's kind of some bullshit, also, because
Tell them why you mad, son.
I mean, yeah. I mean, your family is your family, and you only get one, and you should try to love your family and all that. but you can't love all your family. I mean,
No,
because
you
when your
can love
family,
all your family.
Oh
You just
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
I fuck
to.
with all of them.
You just can't.
uh,
Yeah, you can't really have relationships like deep,
no,
meaningful
no.
relationships with all of them.
If my cousin is fucking my husband, I don't love her. I don't love that hoe. I'm sorry.
I mean, you still
I,
gonna bump into her at the family reunion. You just gotta go
I
to the
don't.
other side of the picnic.
But you know how many people I bump into that I don't love?
I mean, that right there is a different story because that's different than, oh, she stole my boyfriend when I was 16. This bitch is treacherous.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
um,
That's what I'm saying.
there's a difference between the treachery that goes
I
on
I
sometimes in
agree,
family.
but this business about, well, you got to deal with them because they're family. No, I don't.
Well, no, and you know what? I don't even really hear a lot of family, like family members and like people say that like anymore, except for whatever reason, when it comes down to treacherous ass parents. They feel like because the kid should just whatever, whatever, and the
Right.
parents were treacherous, and it's like,
What is that
dude,
about?
they're human.
Well, I think there's this prevailing view that you owe your parents something because they brought you into this world,
Well, there's
and
this
or
prevailing feeling with most people that you owe your parents because they brought you
that's what
into
I'm
this
saying,
world.
and or they brought you into the world, and or they raised you. My child don't owe me nothing.
I don't necessarily feel as if my child owes me anything, but I
Respect.
will say
That's
this,
all.
but respect. If I were in some sort of dire situation and my child did not help me, I would definitely feel betrayed. So I guess in that sense, you do kind of feel like your kids owe you a little bit, but not to the extent of where they have to be these loyal slaves to your every whim and call for the rest of their lives.
Nah, just
No.
until they move out.
Yeah, well, and even after, because here was the thing, I was raised by my grandmother, God rest her soul, and my mother to a much lesser degree. They got up in age, and even my mom now, they felt like whatever they needed, I should stop, drop, and roll. And there was this feeling like they were angry, or that they, well, more specifically, like my grandmother, it would here would come the guilt trips,
Right.
and things like that, and
Like they were entitled to your time. Like you should put
like they
everything
were
down.
entitled to all of my free time and then some. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
And
answer
I'm
the
believing
phone.
that.
You calling me at work? Like, what? Wait. Well, we ran out of toilet paper. I went to the store yesterday. You didn't know you had toilet. It was a crazy situation, but it just depends on, I suppose, the person. It depends on the person.
That's common in old people,
Well,
old black people, old white people.
I
They
mean,
let
it
their kids run
is.
crazy.
It is. I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I just don't subscribe to that. Take care of me because you want to, not because I'm guilt tripping you into it.
Oh
And that
no, my
is
grandparents
nice
never
in
had to
theory.
do that.
That's nice in
Well,
theory. That's very nice in theory. And the thing with me was, I had to check myself because there was a part of me that felt like, because my grandmother dedicated so much of her life to raising me, and she, my mom wanted to put me up for an adoption. She stopped it. So I felt like there was some unconscious feeling of, I owe her, although I did the majority out of it because I loved her and I didn't want her out here driving and whatever, whatever, whatever.
I
There
no,
were
and that's
times
what I'm
that it
saying.
was just totally stressful, and it was like, you see, you stressing me out, but it's like, oh, but I still need this, and yeah,
And
that
Magic, you were saying
and
about
I
your
couldn't say no.
grandparents.
Hmm.
Magic was saying about his grandparents. They never needed that.
Nah, it was. I don't know. I was the weird kid that always hung around like my grandparents and their friends and cousins and shit. I'm like, no, one day I'm gonna be 70 fucking something, and I ain't gonna be able to run up and grab something as easily. So nah, I'll go get it.
Right. Well,
Right.
I don't think that's what Star is talking about as far as demands. Star, you're talking about, because from what I remember, like, you would be on one side of town and your grandma would be on the other side of town, and you would be in the middle of something, and your grandma would call you and tell you that she needed you to get something like now. You know what I mean?
And because my grandmother, God bless her, she was one of them. I want you to move when I say move, people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it would just be like sometimes I couldn't, and
Right.
some of it
And
was
it's
my
stressful.
inability to tell her no as well. Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you
I
know.
will tell you this. Before my mom passed away, I have a lot of feelings about that, because I didn't find out until after she had passed away, or at least when she was in the hospital, about to pass away, all of the things that had been going on with her, because nobody bothered to tell me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And, I felt a little bit angry, I guess, was the best way to put it. Like, nobody had me in the loop. Because I kind of felt like that maybe I could have done something about it earlier. Whereas the boy child, because,
We're
um,
great.
trash. Anyway, because the boy child didn't think it was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like there were certain red flags that the boy child never even. To be fair, I think some of that is that the boy child is kind of a wuss, even though he's the elder of the two of us. Is kind of a wuss, especially when it came to my mom being sick. That was it was too much for him.
Mm.
But that being said, which is why he should have picked up the phone and said something to me. You know what I mean? Because I probably, more than likely, would have just picked up and gone to see about it.
Mhm.
But, that didn't happen. And so, can't
Did
go
you ever
back.
think maybe your mom didn't want him to say anything?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Because I used to talk to my mom almost daily and she never mentioned it. I'm not just saying it was all on him.
Mhm.
I'm just saying I was kept out of the loop.
Mhm.
But at a certain point, both of my parents were really weird about that, telling us they were sick or struggling or whatever. Is a whole thing. but
Yeah, I
but
get it.
yeah, so it wasn't that I felt like I had to take care of my mom, but I absolutely would have gone to take care of my mom,
Yeah,
because, well, for a lot of reasons, but mostly because, I would not have trusted the boy child to do it.
understood.
So back to soul
Okay.
food. It also is incredibly convenient if you just run into a TV full of money, everybody starts getting along better.
Nah.
Moving right along. So,
Mm.
Magic, you had an interesting topic.
I believe it's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, where they discuss the topic of the biggest problem between men and women is that men make their decisions based more on logic and women make their decisions more based on emotion. How
Which is
true
the
is that?
stupidest thing.
Well,
Which is
you are
what?
very you're mad like a heartbroken dude most of the time.
What?
You I don't know who hurt you, but you are holding on to some shit.
Who
Okay.
hurt you?
I will accept that.
The difference being men working more on logic and women working more on emotions is once heartbroken, women can generally bounce back from it. I think once a man is truly heartbroken, he's definitely changed forever.
Um,
I can see
I
that.
disagree. No, I disagree.
I don't.
Well,
State your
I can
case.
only speak. I can only speak from personal experience, and yeah, there's no bouncing back.
What do
As
you
was
mean for women?
previously stated, you have a dude mind state.
Well, no, I learn mind state. That's what that is.
Yes, but you cannot base your opinions on a whole nother gender based on the few you know or chose to
Well,
deal with.
I can base my opinions on them based on what they present to me. And since they all pretty much present the same, then yeah, I can pretty much lump them all in together.
I
That's not
disagree with
how it
that.
works,
I
ma'am.
believe that I am in agreement with Magic. I think overall there are exceptions. There are
Hmm.
always exceptions to things. But I
Sure.
Right.
think overall that once a man has truly had his heart broken, it is extremely difficult, if not impossible, for him to get into another relationship and openly love the same. And with females, I mean, well, with
Mm.
women, excuse me, I excuse the word females. With women,
It's a
okay,
scientific fact.
with women, I believe the majority of women, even though we may take a little bit longer to bounce back into the dating game, and there may be some hesitance about us, but the majority of us will get into another relationship. And
Yes, but
let's
what you
just
just
say, wait. Not let's just say blindly love another person like maybe at one point we did,
mm-mm.
okay, but we don't necessarily hold that previous cat. I call it the previous cat game, like Music
Yeah,
Soul Child
what you
song. I
what you
call it
got
the previous cat game.
first of all, what you got a mouse in your pocket? We. Anyway, what you just said was that once a man's heart is broken, he never loves the same way. Women don't love the same way either. Matter of fact, I think
I don't watch a lot of women fall for the same shit over and over and over.
they call those people crazy. There are a good number of women who a lot of people refer to, myself included, as, might refer to as bitter. But that is because we'll be forgetting that shit. We'll forget. You don't love the same way ever again. You never love the same way ever again. You just
Well,
don't.
way okay. Let's take the quotations off the same way. And maybe that was improper usage. However, it is easier for most women to get back into another relationship with
Well,
someone once they feel secure and like they can trust that man, that they will openly love to a level that was close, if not above, what
okay.
they may have loved someone else. Whereas
Here's
men,
here's what I'll
their
say about
guard is up forever.
no,
Most of them.
no. Women's guard is up forever too. But the thing about men is a, a lot of them aren't going to go into another relationship. They're just not. And that's because men always think that getting into a relationship is like some form of acquiescence. I don't know where that comes from, but that's just like a male thing to think that all women
Is
want
that
from
what you feel, Magic?
I think we're
magic's a
using
huge
the wrong
word.
verbiage. I think we're using the word love where
Acquiescence.
the word trust should be used.
No. I was about to make a point. That was the point I was going to make. So, yes, women will jump back into another relationship, but then what happens? That's why you got that woman out here trying to track his cell phone and following him
See,
around
I'm
trying to
not
see
doing
who
none
he's
of that shit.
talking to and all that other nonsense because they actually never got over the dude before. They're just
Yeah,
doing
I'm not. I don't
yeah.
care. And I've been cheated on. I mean, I'm sure my heartbreaks aren't to the extent of a whole lot of others, but I've had my fair share of heartbreak, and I refuse. If I get to the point where I feel like I gotta go checking through your cell phone or your social
Thank
media
you.
or whatever, that's the point
Thank
we
you.
need to split up because
Exactly.
I can't with
Like,
that.
right. If I get to the point where I don't feel like you're telling me the truth, then we're done. But I'm quick. I'm quick on the trigger. You know,
And there's
I
also the
am
fact
too
of
about certain
most,
things.
go ahead, Magic.
yeah, but there's usually the most jealous people are cheaters. So, being that we all make the common mistake of thinking,
I
okay,
don't think
everybody thinks like us,
I
usually
don't
the
think
shit you're getting accused of is the shit they're doing.
there's that element, but the other element is that the people who do that are very insecure. And the reason they're very
Yes, I was
insecure
gonna say,
is because
yeah,
the shit
they're
has
either
happened to them
cheaters or
before.
insecure.
Yes,
Hmm.
cheaters are insecure because they know, that people are shady. Also, people who have been hurt, are insecure in that a lot of times in that way. And that's the way that manifests itself. If I can control you, then I can make sure you won't hurt me, which is the stupidest thing ever
Stupidest thing
and
ever,
never works. But for some
ever.
I
reason,
think the biggest fucking solution is stop jumping from relationship to relationship till you get your own shit right in your head.
I agree. Listen, you'll get no argument from me
But a
because,
lot of
but
people just seek that validation. Back to
something that's
insecurity.
really something that's really aggravating about our society is that it tries to make you valuable based on whether or not you're part of a couple. You know what I mean?
Or how many
Like
people find you fuckable.
that too, but I mean even outside of that, because there's a lower value even placed on that, you know,
Yeah. But
than there
motherfuckers will
is.
jump through hoops to be it.
Well, yes, but then when they get it, again, it's a lower value placed on that than if you're part of a couple. I don't know. This society is like, oh, well, who are you with? This is who so and so. I can't tell you how many times just random people in my life are trying to tell me who some random celebrity is dating as if I care.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
weirdo
mean?
shit.
Like, I'm like, why do I care? And especially now that I'm old, I don't even know who half these people are. So I really don't care. Why are you so invested in that? Like, I don't,
Because they don't have a life of their fucking own.
I guess.
I've never understood fame. I got too much shit to figure out in my own life to be worried about who the fuck people I don't know and what they're doing.
But it's so funny because, like, I don't even watch reality TV, but half the time I be up on what's going on because so many people have to tell me about it. I don't even know who these people are. I couldn't pick them up. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup, but I know all of their business.
Well, I only do that based on podcasts and
And that's
Twitter.
what I mean. Yeah, podcasts, but also, certain people that I talk to. Star Noser.
Mm, yeah, I can't with reality TV.
I can't either. The only one I'll watch, like I watch like Married at First Sight, but those aren't celebrities. You know what I mean? That's just me. Like the whole sociological aspect of that fascinates me.
I don't believe
But
in marriage,
Mm,
so I couldn't do it.
the one person on this podcast that's married doesn't believe in marriage. Funny. Anyway,
I told her
mm,
that the day of, but I firmly believe in divorce, so give me my
wow,
time.
you're a unicorn. You'll bounce back.
Yeah, I'm perfectly content being single for the rest of my life.
So I'm half a century old, y'all.
whoop
What?
whoop,
No. Oh,
whoop
I was about to
whoop.
say no applause. Like I made it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
What
you.
magic? No
Happy
beatbox? I mean,
I was
birthday,
getting
dear.
there. Beep.
Happy birthday to you. You were supposed to beatbox. I slowed it down for you. Ready? Come on, get it together.
I
You ready?
caught that.
okay. Well, that's
Oh, okay.
okay. You can beatbox for me later. Anyway,
Oh.
so
That
I'm
was
sure our
wonderful
audience would
wordplay.
be thoroughly entertained by that. And yeah, by but either
Yeah,
one, by the way.
subscribe to the
But
OnlyFans.
for $5 a month, you can have after show access.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Couple things about being 50. I'm a wax poetic on y'all. Yeah, I found it really interesting that I'm 50. Like I never imagined even being 30.
Yes, I
I
got that on my 40th birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that like I would die at 29 or something, like some
Probably
tragedy
morbid, but
would befall me at 29. Like I could never imagine myself being 30, and here I am 50.
mm,
And let me tell you what happens when you turn 50. People that you don't know got jokes. The day before my 50th birthday, I go out to the mailbox. I reach in, pull out the mail, and the AARP has sent me a membership packet.
they
I was
waited till
hot.
you got
Get the
50.
money.
I got mine at like 35 and was pissed. But anyway,
I think I did get one at 35 and I was mad about it and I threw it away. They were like, yeah, you're going to need this. I was very upset about that. I was like, how presumptive of them. Like, I didn't feel like I was at AARP level yet.
how
But,
presumptive of them to feel like that you might want to save money on your senior coffee at McDonald's.
well, first of all, I
Anyway,
don't drink coffee.
Mm, very cheap car insurance.
Well, I mean, I honestly haven't looked into it. So I'm sure there are some great benefits,
See, you are blocking your
I
blessings.
guess.
Because I
Um,
signed up for AARP at 40. I don't know what you talking about. They dropped the age. They dropped the age limit. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah,
Limitation.
well, I mean, I guess I'll sign up, but I was just like, how dare you calling me old and you don't even know me like that?
Oh, you had to go in the house and take your Geritol and think about it.
Right. Go in there and dye my gray hair.
Miss Clara, we have a wonderful relationship.
I think I'm going to turn my grays purple.
Oh Lord, if that ain't the most old lady stuff to do, like the purple and the blue gray hair.
Exactly. I'm going to
Word. What is with women in gray hair?
I'm
I'm
going to
so
embrace it.
confused. Like it
Because
happens.
depending on who you are, what the condition of your what the condition of your gray is,
Yeah,
but
cuz
how
not all
well.
grays are the same.
No,
No, they're
not all
not.
gray are the same, but it also depends on how well your face is aging. Because even if you don't have any necessarily wrinkles or very few, some people start to developing the effects of gravity. So
Oh,
um,
the
that
gels.
the jowls, the saggy eyelids, just other things that
Yeah.
don't necessarily show up as wrinkles, but they start to kind of, distort your face a little. So that gray hair, depending on what's going on with your face, can either be cool, like, oh, this is cool, because I still got a youthful thing going on in my face, or it can add 10 years to you.
Oh, well, I don't care about any of that, honestly.
I do, whatever.
I don't care about looking older. Like that's not my thing. I really don't
So why
care.
do you dye your gray?
Oh, well, just to be doing something. I mean, I've had these grays for years. I mean, trust me, if I cared about it, I would have dyed them by now. Just to be
But you
doing
don't
something.
have really gray hair like that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I'm
I
over
do.
here, one over here looking like Pepe Le Pew. It's a big ass skunk patch in the middle of my head.
And you know what? It's weird because people always tell me that I don't have much gray, and then I have to point it out to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, I see it."
And if you have to point it out to them, you don't have much gray. Next
Well, I
next
mean,
conversation. Because I don't even want to talk about that with you.
Amen.
Like, my
Right.
I
temples
pointed
are
it.
gray. I have literally have a Pepe Le Pew patch in the middle of my damn head. I don't have to point shit out to anybody. It
Okay,
shakes people's hands before I get close to them.
okay.
It don't matter.
I have gray eyelashes. Like I have like a
Now
few
I
gray
don't have
eyelashes.
that.
I don't know. It's
I
just
don't have the
weird. Like
catfish hairs.
the
Um,
what?
the catfish hairs,
I don't know what that means.
the under chin hairs, the catfish hairs.
Oh.
Whiskers.
Right. Oh no, no.
I
I'm a
have
plucking.
one. That's
I'm a
it.
plucking maniac. I gotta tell you.
No, I don't.
But
I have one. I pluck it. 2 months later, it might make an appearance. That's that.
nah,
I don't have gray eyelashes. Thank God. Woo woo woo. Where's some wood at? Fake
yeah,
wood, whatever.
got gray
Um,
eyelashes, which don't bother me so much because if I
no,
really
that would
cared about,
that would piss me off.
No, if
The
I
first
cared
time
about
I'm
my
seeing
gray
one.
eyelashes, I mean, just a little bit of mascara would, fix that right up if I really gave a damn. But I
So
don't. Um,
let me
I
tell
don't have
you about the.
I don't have any gray pubic hair, which
Okay,
is weird.
so guy that I'm dating, or previously dated, I was 37,
No, a
and
long time ago.
you know what?
Lord.
Whatever. So I'm about 37, and we're having our intimate moment, and we're both really kind of like silly people. He's, being a headologist, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden he peeks up and says, "Aw, ain't that cute?" I said, "What?" He was like, "You got a little salt down here mixed with the pepper." I immediately jumped up and was like, "What?" Like, ah! It was the most traumatic thing ever. And he was like, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that." I was like, "Get out." Like, I was just so done. Like, I was so done. He was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yes, get the fuck out." Like,
Aw, you sensitive about your little gray pubic hair.
the first time you discover that you starting to get granny hooch is not the celebratory moment.
I can't
It's not
relate.
romantic either.
High def photos. What are we doing here?
So, um, that'll be the highest tier. Okay, I will say this that I know of. I don't have any gray pubes, which is weird because most people I talk to say that that's the place that they started to go gray first.
That wasn't for me, but and even now, thank God, and I don't even understand it because we grown. The only place that there is even a little hint of salt is indoors. I don't understand that, but as long as it hides well until I can get rid of it, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool. But no,
that
I
sounds.
I I thought that too because my temples had started turning gray, probably like in my late 30s, and that
Aw,
skunk patch the first started appeared in my late 30s. So I thought that was going to be my doom. I was like, I'm about to have Granny Hooch. Who's gonna want to mess with Granny Hooch?
you'd be
But
surprised.
yeah, I figured that out. But
Yeah, I think once you're actually naked,
And I was
nobody
gonna
nobody
cares.
say
cares.
the one redeeming factor about men is that they pretty much down for anything.
And you know what? I couldn't be a man.
We have
I
one
couldn't.
redeeming factor, which is
I
Yes,
could
horny.
not
the
be a
one.
man because Granny Hooch would probably turn me all the way off.
There are more important things to focus on, healthy posterior.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think that would bother me.
Yeah, I think it would.
I
For
don't think it
me.
would bother me as much as
Wouldn't lose an inch.
yeah.
And
I'll
that's
shut up.
bad because I'm a woman. One day we'll have Granny Hooch. But the
I
one
mean,
redeeming factor in a Granny Hooch, though, is the more granny your hooch gets, the majority of the time it also has a tendency to thin out. So you don't have necessarily granny like an afro puff granny hooch. You
oh
don't,
well.
it
I mean,
it thins
this is
out and
probably
goes away.
it's probably TMI, but I'm not. I'm not an Afro puff kind of girl anyway.
I'm not anymore, but when I was younger, I had to
Yeah,
get
I
that
never
thing
was.
under control. Them hormones was
Yeah.
terrible. Like
It's nature's dental floss. Take care of a man's teeth.
I'm glad you feel that way, cause
I don't argue with Mother Nature. She wins.
Well, yeah.
although there's nothing more disgusting, and maybe I'm just like picky after he done, done his headology job, and even after he's brushed his teeth, and then you go kiss him, and it's like, wait a minute, is that a hair?
Oh my goodness! Stop that!
I'm
Stop
just
that!
saying. Come on now, like we being real on the show, and it has happened to not just me.
Hmm.
Wait. And this is just how my brain works. You don't taste yourself?
Do I? No.
No,
Lord, I gotta stay out of Detroit.
Why?
why? Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Oh.
Do you
No.
taste yourself?
Right.
No,
Okay then.
that's disgusting.
Okay then.
Okay, the pre cum doesn't count.
Wait, we're not even about to skip past that.
See, I be skipping past stuff with him because
We do not stop. Pre-cum doesn't count. Doesn't
No, it
count
does
for
not.
what?
Snowballing.
What
ew.
the hell is a
Well,
snowballing?
first of all,
Jesus
first
Christ.
of
Am I the
all,
biggest perv here?
snowballing is disgusting. Like who would do that?
Dwight.
I mean, I'm like swallow or spit. You don't. Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to take a break. Me and Star gotta figure out some perv shit real quick. Okay.
That's all right. I'm on Google.
Oh, oh, it's a wonderful scene from a
And
movie
she gonna
called
tell you.
Clerks. Watch it one day.
She gonna tell you. Ugh.
I mean, snowballing is
Where
fucking
she
gross.
googles it.
Pre cum does not
Yeah,
count.
it's gross. I mean, it's not like you keep it
Ew!
in your.
Oh, that made my chest hurt.
Okay, you all right?
We need to call
Fucking
an
nauseous.
ambulance.
You have to see the traumatized star.
That's fucking hilarious.
How dare you?
I didn't make up the word.
No one was accusing you.
I can't traumatize somebody off
It
of what I assumed
it
was
it
well known information.
it's not the word that's gross. It's the concept.
I'm fully with you.
So we're all in agreement that that is gross. Although
Yes.
I'm not out here kink shaming anyone. So if grown people enjoy
Not to each their
more
own.
power to them. Exactly. But yeah, that will not be me.
You okay?
Give me a second.
Need some water?
The definition I looked up had a picture. Good lord. Oh,
Okay.
You all right, Star? You
yep.
good? You okay?
hmm
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why that would ever be a thing. Like I really don't. But again,
I mean, some people it's just nasty shit. I
well,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, hey, I'm sure there are things I do that people think are nasty.
That sounded like an
I'm,
invitation.
No, it didn't.
Um,
No, it didn't.
I fear nothing,
You
but
know,
you know,
I'm just saying. I'm sure that there is that. I mean, there are varying degrees of exploration that people will go through. And, I guess there are some things that I'll do that, I mean, they're very, very serious.
you're doing a lot of stammering.
Yes, I do. I don't want to come across as judgmental because I'm not. Like, I really fully believe that whatever two grown people do,
Yeah, that's their
that's their
business.
business. And, more power to them. If they like it, good for them. But I'm just saying
Okay,
there are a lot of things that where I draw the line where I'm like, oh no, that will never be that will never be the girl.
okay. So while we're on that subject, what's off limits?
Uh,
snowballing.
Thank you.
And
No,
and
definitely
and
not.
That
and
should be
in any kind of bodily fluid intentionally being injected out of you on to me other than semen, like
Um, oh,
ew, or
spit.
I'm
that. Yeah, don't fucking spit on me. That's not
not a
cute.
person.
Like, how is
Yeah,
that attractive?
yeah. I'm not a
Um,
person either. Like that. That
I mean,
doesn't.
there's a difference between you moistening your fingers, whatever, and actual fucking spitting on
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Like, gross.
Saliva is one thing.
Um,
Spit is something completely
The
different.
level of passionate behind your words is so cute.
like,
I don't even know
yeah,
who you're
because you
talking
have,
to.
first of all, you have to understand you have to understand a piece of who I am. Like, I am extremely visual person. Like,
Yeah.
when I read the definition before I scrolled down and saw the fucking picture, I had the picture in my head, and like literally my stomach started doing fucking flip flops. Um, cause I can't get that picture out my fucking head. I need to go watch Bugs Bunny or something shit. Um,
Okay,
to
can
me,
I point out
spitting.
that this is why you don't go down these roads with magic? Okay,
I
so
Now
knowledge is cool, but
yeah, I'm still okay. So your don't do list is that simple?
My don't do
um,
list.
I was letting her finish hers.
no urinating, no defecating, no spitting.
Yeah, that's all bodily fluids. Okay.
No, none of
Okay.
that.
I have like an actual physical issue, so it's not me being a prude, but anal is out the question.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm a prude because it's out the question.
Let her finish.
Oh, well, go ahead.
I am a pretty regular person. So if I were to get into the anal thing, if I could, okay, it wouldn't be anywhere near around the time my irregularity strike. That would be like a whole different sensation. Probably much better for the male than the female, but you never know what you gain pleasure out of until you try it.
I gotta.
Um,
I know women who love it, swear by
yeah,
it.
I mean, especially
Tell me
depending on the size of the guy.
no.
Like
Well,
if
I don't know. I'm just telling you. I know women who tell me all the time, "Oh, you're missing out. You don't know what you're missing." And you know what? They are correct. I do not know, and I will never know. And
I can,
and
but
that
you know
is
what the thing is I can see that I can see that for because of like the nerve
okay.
endings that are in your your rectum,
Sure. For
whatever. I can see that.
some people,
Okay,
yeah,
for yeah, so I can see people saying that and enjoying that. I mean,
absolutely,
again,
absolutely. And like I said, again, more power to them. Won't be me.
eh, so okay, so those are that is again because not because I'm a prude. It's really just literally because I cannot.
I'm a prude.
Um, pretty much anything else. Um, unless there's something else that folks do that I don't know shit about. That's like totally gross.
Oh, there's
I
plenty of things that folks do
mean,
that you
I'm
know
pretty
nothing.
sure. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not off. There's not a lot that's off the table for me unless it's just flat the fuck out disgusting.
Okay,
Okay.
respectable list.
Like there's a difference between kinky. Like there's some things that I believe that I do or have done that people would be like, "Oh, how the fuck you do that?" Like whatever, whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's
I'm,
not what you think, but whatever. So I guess
yes.
everybody's level of disgusting is different, obviously.
I don't like the incessant questions afterwards either, or during.
You don't the incessant questions like whose is this and all that other shit.
Yes, it's mine. Why are you asking me dumbass questions? Like, don't do that. But you know,
Listen, if you're doing what the hell you're supposed to do and you are in tune, if you are a man that's in tune to a woman's body, that's not even a fucking question that you have to ask.
that is my
Because
point. Why are you
even
asking me
even
dumbass
even though
questions?
it belongs to me, it's not like I can take it off and give it to you and you pack it up and take it home. But you
And that's
temporarily got that bitch on loan. Hey,
okay. But my point is, if you ever ask me that question, the answer is always going to be it's mine.
I don't like the level of aggression you said it's mine with, but okay, you're
Yes.
making sense.
Dumbass question, designed to stroke a man's ego. Stop it. You
Yeah,
know
that can't help the situation any.
what? Listen, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, know that you're doing what you're supposed to do. You don't have to ask me for validation.
No, that's little kid shit, but okay, no anal, no dumbass questions.
No dumbass questions. Exactly.
but wait a minute, wait, whoa though. So you don't believe in validation of any kind?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm validating you in the moment, but I ain't got to tell you. Like, you don't have to ask me. If you have to ask, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
And to keep it a buck, y'all gonna volunteer Cliff Notes anyway.
Thank you. Thank
I,
you.
please
Context
expound.
clues all around you.
Please expound. I'm. What are your cliff notes? What do you think cliff notes are?
Like if you're doing something extremely right or something extremely wrong, a woman is going to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, in some way or another. Yes, you will find
Yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah,
all a
that's not
matter
what I
of
was
reading
asking for, but
reactions.
okay, I got it.
I'm
That's it
sorry.
for you?
I amused myself. I was about to say you may be know you're doing something wrong, when you feel, the impact of my heel on your teeth, that might be a clue.
Damn.
Brothers can't even suck toes in peace no more.
Lord. Now, I will not say that that's a hard pass for me. Like it doesn't bother me, but it does nothing for me. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's weird.
No, that shit ain't.
I mean, listen. There are a lot of people who
Damn,
love
I
that.
miss good sex.
Listen, there's a lot of people who
Anyway,
love that sensation, but that just it doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, that's a pretty short list.
Oh well,
This has been another episode of The Threesome. Thank you for participating and listening. If you like it, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. If you don't, tell everybody you know. Catch you next week. Bye.
bye.
bye.